Hi friends. Okay, so I would like to greet you and congratulate you because you are the pioneers that are helping ground 5D on planet Earth. So there is obviously some background music going on and I'm near a temple. Okay, and it's a Durga temple and it's not far from where I stay. In my astrology chart, in my birth chart, it's written that I will always be staying near a temple and a river. So you have a pond here, you have two ponds here, actually one is behind me and one is in front of me. And of course there are two temples here. There is also a temple of Lord Shani that I worship, okay, because my Atma Karaka is Shani Dev, okay. And yeah, so today's topic is about know thyself, okay. It's about understanding yourself, okay. And I learned this something very late, okay. I learned this very late, okay, because now I'm in the year 36, 35, 36, and at this point when I'm at the level of balancing my third eye, at this point I realize how to decondition myself from family expectations, from societal expectations. I have been doing this process throughout my life, but it is not an easy process because there are layers and layers of conditioning, okay. There are layers and layers of conditioning, and that is the reason precisely twin flame physical reunion or the soul merge process, one and the same thing, because once you merge with your soul at the energetic level, you have to manifest your twin flame in the physical reality, okay. So so you know this whole process till the soul merge takes time, okay. It takes time because you're shedding the layers, you're shedding different layers, okay. And the layer that I just shared, I'm going to share about it, okay. And that is about knowing yourself and being yourself. You must have heard the very cliche saying, be you, do you, okay. But how hard it is when you have sick human beings projecting their issues on you, not allowing you to be you, right? And they're not even paying your bills. Okay, they're not even paying your bills, and some of them call themselves divine feminine, okay. Never mind all that, everybody is progressing towards divine feminine. We were divine feminine, then we took on karma, and then it's a journey of getting back into divine feminine. That's fine, that's okay, but you have to be strong in who you are, okay. So today's topic is about what? Today's topic is about knowing myself, okay. It is only in this year that I had the realization that I am a spiritual twin flame, okay. And after that I kept getting downloads about what it means to be a spiritual twin flame, and what your work is, what your job is, what your expectations are. I mean, I was trying to fulfill to a certain extent expectations according to the society and my parents, trying to get security as per the typical conditioned ways of the 3D matrix, okay. That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. This path of the soul will call you to break all the conditioning that are forming these layers over your third eye, because in the third eye you embody your soul. When your third eye is open, you embody all parts of your soul. So right now I have freed myself to be who I am, and I've forgiven myself for judging myself. Actually, I didn't judge myself, it's only the other people who judged me. Actually, I never judged myself, I was always trying to understand myself, okay. And finally this year I understood myself. See, the template, the protocol of a spiritual twin flame, okay, is about the karmic clearing, because a spiritual twin flame is a twin flame Okay, especially if you are in a 5D twin flame connection, you are a 5D being, and if you are a 5D being, you cannot ground in 3D. Okay, now does that mean that I have not done jobs? Does that mean that I don't do my daily cooking? Does that mean that I don't have friends and karmic relationships? I do. Okay, so there is one part where you have to accept the karmic reality, okay, and learn through it. If there are any remainder lessons, you have to learn through it. But the most important thing as a spiritual twin flame is that you have to understand that your work is the sadhana. Your work is understanding the soul matrix. Your work is clearing the karma, because your real life, whether it's your career, whether it's your twin flame relationship, it only begin after you have liberated your soul from the matrix. Okay, as a spiritual twin flame, don't dream about the career, don't dream about your twin flame marriage. Okay, as long as you have not done your task. Okay, so it's not like it's not easy to be your true self, okay, in this matrix. Okay, it's not easy to be your true self in this matrix, because people are constantly putting expectations on you, especially if there are narcissistic people around you, and you have to be so strong. Being strong actually is the second step. The first step is being clear about who you are. That's why I'm making this video. Okay, if there are around like 200 spiritual twin flames out there in the world, or maybe more, in the spiritual twin flame and matrix twin flame connection, then even if one or two by watching this video are benefited, okay, who will not make the mistakes that I made, will not go into the self judgment that I went. Okay, but I learned through the process, I learned through the karmic process. So I will be very happy if this video benefits those spiritual twin flames, those divine feminines. Okay, because you have to understand that as a spiritual twin flame, you really cannot ground in the 3D matrix, and that is not your work, that is not your job. Divine doesn't expect you to ground. Okay, like for me, my main work was to clear the ancestral karma. Okay, and the collective karma. And as I realized who I am, as I know thyself, as I came with the process of know thyself, okay, and I became who I am, and I let go of all my fears and insecurities, I let go of all the judgments, I was strong and clear in who I am. Okay, after that process, I just did what I was expected to do from the divine. Okay, and after I did that work, I realized that I was being supported by clearing the ancestral karma. Not only me, my entire family was benefiting because of me. Okay, so being my true self would support me financially. Okay, being my true self would help me to learn the lessons, would provide a time and space for me to learn all those lessons, process them, so that later on I can teach them, or I can create a system of teaching or something like that. Okay, so it's like these layers of social conditioning shackle your true self. Okay, and let's talk about the spiritual twin flame protocol. The spiritual twin flame is the one who does all the karmic clearing work, for the entire, frees the soul first. Okay, and after her own soul is liberated, okay, then she holds the strong grounding energies. Okay, then she starts her career in the 5D matrix, beyond karmic relationships. Then her career, her spiritual teaching, all that start later on. Okay, after the work is done, the main work is done. Okay, and if you do not understand who you are, okay, if you do not do the work that you're supposed to do, then you will not ground. Okay, if you try to, for example, get a job, okay, if you try to, for example, get a relationship, okay, if you try to fit into the social protocols, okay, if you try to fit in the matrix, you are a spiritual twin flame, it won't work, it won't work. Okay, so for that reason, I had to spend so many hours in this process of knowing myself. Initially people just had that tag, know thyself. People knew that we had to spend time and all, but nowadays people are understanding that know thyself has a proper system of understanding the chakra system, understanding the soul of who you are, as a person, who you are, as a soul who you are. So know thyself was said by, I think, Aristotle or Plato, thousands of years ago. Okay, and at that point there was that high level of spiritual consciousness. Okay, and then later on people just understood 50% of know thyself. Okay, but right now know thyself is more in the atmosphere, because know thyself has a whole depth. Know thyself is like a deep ocean. Okay, you're exploring your soul, you're exploring the metaphysics of the soul, you're exploring who you really are, and then who your personality is, who your identity is. Okay, so guys, yes, it took me a lot of courage. It took me a lot of courage to be myself. It's like learning to fly. It's like learning to fly. Okay, and you have to trust at first. Okay, that this is uh, your soul nature, and if you just do and be your true self, you're going to be supported in that. Okay, and I became my true self. Okay, and I had everything that I needed. Okay, I didn't have all the things that society said I should have in order to be loved, in order to be valued. And I was like, I don't care about what society says. Okay, so the thing is, this is what I'm saying, guys. The spiritual twin flame protocol is very different. Okay, a spiritual twin flame is basically supposed to work on the spiritual planes, energetic planes. Okay, yes, we have to do a certain things, but those things are very limited. Grounding in the matrix is very limited. For example, you're doing your career, but it's very limited. Okay, you're doing your relationships, but it's very limited. But mostly the process of the 3D career that you're doing and the 3D karmic relationships that you're doing is more of a learning process, where you're analyzing so much, where you're learning, and the career or the relationships are just a learning experience. Okay, they're not your real career, they're not your sole purpose, and they are not your soul family. So this is what I had to share with you guys today, that how I discovered my true self. Okay, this is how I discovered my true self, and then I was being my true self, and then I was being supported by being my true self, and then I had so much opposition that was projecting their issues of them not being able to be in their true self, or them getting jealous that my way of being true self and being supported by my true self was you know pretty unfair to them. I don't know, because each person comes with their karma, right? So if you clear your karma, you have a easier time. If you're stuck in more karma and you're repeating all the patterns, then you are going to have a tougher time, right? Okay, you can't expect creation to support a system that continuously drains. If you're continuously draining other people or whatever, like that, the creation system is not supporting you. So in my process, I was spending a lot of time, because the enlightenment process, guys, takes years, takes hours and hours and hours and hours of being alone by yourself. How the hell do you balance your third eye? How the hell do you achieve enlightenment if you are not willing to spend that hours, if you're not willing to spend that time? Not possible, not possible. Okay, so with this, guys, I'm going to end my video for today, and I want to let you know that it's very very important to know who you are, whether you are in a spiritual twin flame connection, matrix twin flame connection or not. Okay, what is your purpose, what are your capabilities? Like, for example, I was made in a certain way that I could do only certain type of work, and my life was designed in a certain way that I had to go through certain places, people, circumstances, so I can clear all those karmic stuff. Okay, and exactly all those things happened. Okay, nothing was minus from that. Everything went as per the soul plan. And when I was being my true self, I was being supported. Okay, and I was told the number of hours that I had to do my sadhana daily, and if I was not doing those hours, then it was just like a boss. The Saturn energy would just get me. and it's like, you have to complete your 8 hours at work, you have to do all the submissions at office. So I have to complete a certain amount of research every day. I have to complete a certain amount of karmic clearing, otherwise the Saturn energy, which the boss energy, just gets me. Okay, so I might not live the typical matrix lifestyle, but I'm supported in a different way. The 5D matrix supports me, the Mother Earth supports me, and I don't have to disclose everything to you how I'm supported. But people don't come and give me money. Okay, it's basically through my family that I'm supported, because the karma that I have taken on is of the ancestry and the collective. So when I'm clearing the karma of the ancestry and the collective, that very system supports me. Okay, so this was my path to knowing myself and being my true self, and not giving a fuck about what others think. Okay, even though they were my close ones, and even though I love them, like I love my parents, I love my friends, but I will not try to fit into your expectations and separate from my soul, separate from my twin flame. I won't do that. Sorry, I'm willing to not spend much time with you, willing to spend less time with you, but I am not giving up on my true self, I am not giving up on my twin, I am not giving up on my soul. Okay, so with this, guys, if you like this video, then please give it a like, share my video, subscribe to my channel, and check out my artworks. Feel free to donate to my channel if you want a session. Right now I'm not taking sessions that are outside India. I'm only taking sessions that are inside India, unless you can pay me through Paytm. If you're outside India and you can pay me via Paytm, if you have a relative here in India who uses Paytm, or you use Paytm, then you can contact me for a session. But other than that, I'm only willing to take sessions from India at the moment. I have not set up my systems properly. As I said, I'm going to ground after I get out of the 3D matrix. Okay, so I want to get liberation first, and then on a clean dimension, I will start my reality beyond the karmic cords. Okay, so guys, bye for now, and I will see you again next time. Is 636, and I'm seeing a lot of 6336, and even the place that I live in, it's called Chhattisgarh, which means 36. Okay, and 36 means it's a polarity balance. I will make a video on 36 later on, but just for now 36 is a polarity balance. Okay, when you are at a place where the polarities start to merge, 3 and 6, okay, they start to merge. So bye for now, see you again next time.